Well, it's happened. Elon Musk and Donald Trump have broken up and have essentially taken the internet by storm with their back and forth posts on Truth Social and X, and it is incredible. My name is Ruben J, and this is the rant. So, Elon Musk last week left the Trump administration after his term, his longtime known term of 130 days as a special government employee came to an end. This was something that had been known for quite some time. This is something that both Trump and Elon had been very vocal about, that Elon's time in the White House was going to be a short lived thing. Musk actually, I believe, was going to continue to work on stuff for Doge uh, outside of the White House and continue to advise, but then decided that it was time for him to leave. And then a few days later, he begins to tweet at President Trump saying that he couldn't stand it anymore. He couldn't hold this information inside of him that he disagrees with President Trump's tax reform, tax cut, spending bill, whatever you want to call it. Trump couldn't, or Elon couldn't stand it. Musk citing that this bill, while giving tax cuts to people that might need the tax cuts, also raised the deficit by a couple of $1 trillion. It was $2.5 trillion, and said that after all the work that he did with Doge, he can't believe that Trump is just going to turn around and add more to the deficit, more to the spending, and make it basically so that his work at Doge was for nothing. And on top of that, there was news reports that Musk was unhappy with the fact that this bill also takes away credits for EV vehicles to no longer be easier for Americans to purchase because these credits were being taken away. And it basically hurts Musk's business. And Musk is looking at this as like, dude, I gave you so much of my time, my effort, my money, my stock portfolio got shot because of my work with Doge, with my alignment with you. And you're going to turn around and you're going to take away one of the few things in this world that would help me, which is an EV credit for new buyers. Now, I can see why Musk would be upset with either the Doge situation and cuts coming and President Trump just not making those cuts permanent, and then turning around and increasing the spending that the government is going to do. It'd be like if I spent a year of my life, uh, you know, giving you all this advice, and the one thing that you could do is just support me in something, and you turn around and you take the side of somebody else, and you go and support somebody else's business instead, which is essentially what Trump is doing. Like, Trump spent the last 4 months in office trying to shore up the American car market, Ford and Chevrolet, and those cars to be more affordable and to be built in America, made in America. Tesla's also an American-made company. Like, we got to be clear about that. Tesla is an American company, and so they should also benefit from some tax credits and some things that can help them on that front as well. But President Trump took away that credit. So I can see Elon basically being like, hey, I supported you in all of your social ventures and your political ventures. All you had to do was say, hey, there is this credit that you can get for purchasing an EV, which happens to support my business. And President Trump said, we're not doing that. Musk also goes on to talk about how President Trump is in the Epstein files. Now, we have been told by many credible sources over the years that President Trump is not in the Epstein files in the way that someone like a Bill Clinton or like potentially Diddy or some of these other people are, where they went to Epstein Island and had relations with underage girls. I do believe Trump took a flight on Epstein's plane at some point, but what we do know about Trump and Epstein is that Trump is one of the only high profile people to actually help a prosecution against Epstein. We know that Trump banned Epstein from any Trump property. So there isn't love on the Trump Epstein side of things. So Elon coming out and saying that Trump is in the Epstein files is a huge accusation. It's huge. It's massive. It's basically calling somebody a pedophile. Imagine if you and I were best friends for a minute, and things go sour and I call you a pedophile. And the one thing that Musk has is that he has potential inside information, and so it makes a an accusation like that a little bit more credible because he may have been able to have access to something like an Epstein file. Trump has then, responded, basically saying that Elon has lost his mind, that Elon knew about the EV credit going away. Elon left the White House and was not happy about this and has since gone crazy because of it, according to Trump. Trump is now threatening to take away Musk's uh, government contracts for SpaceX. Steve Bannon, who was one of Trump's uh, confidants at one point and was an advisor and actually ran his 2016 campaign, Steve Bannon is calling for Musk to be deported and for Trump to actually take control of SpaceX and take away Elon's company from him. It's a crazy situation. It's it's weird. It's insane. It is it is it's a breakup that I think we all knew was going to come at some point. I don't know anybody who thought that Trump and Musk would be best friends for the rest of their lives. I think everyone realized that you have the ego of Donald Trump over here, president of the United States, and the world's richest man over here, and Elon Musk. The two of them, you know, powerhouses in their industries. Trump is a powerhouse in Trump, the Trump organization, and in politics, Musk is a powerhouse in his companies as well. And so you have two people who are used to being shot callers. Now they're going up against each other. It's interesting. It's interesting. And a conversation I had earlier with a friend of mine is it's kind of sad actually to see the president of the United States going at it against somebody who is clearly crashing out for one reason or another. Elon Musk is crashing out hard, and as somebody who likes Elon Musk's companies and thinks that he has some great products, as somebody who thinks that Elon Musk is one of the greater minds of our time, it's really sad to see where he's at this point. I would be upset too if I put $200 million. Granted, if I put $200 of my own money into something I believed in, and the person that was behind that product campaign or whatever turned out not to be what I thought I was supporting, or turned around and said some mean things about me, I'd be upset too. But Elon Musk has bigger things to worry about, in my opinion. SpaceX is on the verge of becoming one of the most profitable companies out there. It's got a lot of work to do. It's got a lot of work to do with Tesla. Now's not the time for Elon to be feuding with the president of the United States. I actually think that President Trump should take a step back and allow Elon to crash out. Elon's currently threatening to support other party candidates. Let him do so. Let him do so. I think President Trump needs to make sure that he can get his bill passed, get the tax cuts into law, and then start focusing on the 2026 elections. That's what needs to be. That's honestly what needs to happen. I don't think that this war between Musk and Trump is going to be beneficial for anyone involved. I think it's just dividing people, and it's causing more harm than it is causing any sort of good. But let me know in the comments down below. Are you Team Musk? Are you Team Trump? Are you Team I don't really care? It's funny. The funny thing that I like seeing right now, the craziest funny part about this is that there are people who hated Musk about 3 minutes ago are now saying, oh my gosh, look at Musk. He's so great. Are also the same people who loved him until about a year ago. So Musk is getting the love of the left once again because he is now, as Ben Shapiro likes to say, has strange new respect for being somebody who now is anti-Trump. Uh, it's gonna be a wild couple of weeks until this cools off. I think eventually the two of them will come back around and unite behind something. And I'm curious to see if this happens to be like a giant ploy. It'll be really interesting to see. One last thing here before I let you go on the rant. Really curious about this is Joe Biden. There's a lot of news speculating Joe Biden. Uh, there's a lot of talk about his health. Obviously, we didn't break the news, but we reported on Joe Biden having cancer, and we continue to pray for Joe Biden and his doctors to get the best medical treatment possible, and that the best scenario, the best outcome is at play for the former president. But now we're starting to learn that a lot more people were in on the idea of him not being all there. And I just bought the book, the big book, Original Sin by Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson, which is a tell-all about what people knew and when they knew. And a lot of people knew a lot sooner than we realize, because it is actually kind of a big deal that Joe Biden was not all there, and that there was basically a board of directors running the country, and Joe Biden wasn't even really the CEO of that board of directors. He was kind of like just a senior board member. So I'm going to be reading that book, let you guys know how I like it over the next couple of weeks. This has been The Rant. Make sure to follow along for more headlines and conversations like this. If you have any questions, any thoughts, any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I will do my best to get back to you guys over the coming days. Make sure to subscribe to this channel as well, so that way we can do more stuff like this. I'll see you guys next time on The Rant of Ruben J.